the countdown to the St. John's Brier, the National Men's Curling Championship. It will bring a lot of excitement and fun to this province, but of course, all eyes will be on that man, Brad Gushue, Team Gushue. The hometown favorites are having a very strong season, but can Brad and the boys finally capture the one title that has eluded this team, eluded Brad Gushue his whole curling career, and can he do it no less in front of a hometown crowd? My guest will be Jamie Korab. That man right there has competed in the Brier several times. He's been there as a spectator also, so we've seen it from the fans' point of view. This time around here in St. John's, Jamie will be an on-ice announcer at the Brier. You might remember a little something about him winning an Olympic gold medal. Jamie Korab, welcome to the call-out.
Great to be on here. Thanks for having me.
Jamie, just let me ask you first and foremost, you've been to 10 of these things. What are we all in for?
It's going to be a party. I was a full player in 6, playing lead and second. I went to 2 Briers with Brad as their 5th player. And as well, I went to 2 Briers as a spectator, once a few months following the Olympics, and then in 2008. And it is going to be a party. It's the Brier part aspect is going to be great. The curling is going to be amazing. But I don't think the city and the people in Newfoundland and St. John's are ready for the Brier Patch and just everything that's involved. It's going to be a really good time.
Okay, we keep hearing about the Brier Patch. Give us the lowdown. Explain the Brier Patch.
So essentially, at this Brier, I'll explain this one. It's going to be at the new convention center. We've got some amazing acts. I say we. It's the Brier. I have a little friend here with me while I'm doing this interview here. But we've got the punters. We've got some great bands. This is Kendra. Say hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Okay, sit back there with our own. We've got some great bands. The Brier Patch is going to be in the new convention center, and it's just going to be okay. You have to sit back over there.
Oh, that's okay. We love more the merrier on the call out. I know I'm keeping you from your real job.
I know. Okay, let Daddy speak for a second. Okay. Okay.
Hey, sweetie. That's okay. Yeah. You hang out with us, Kendra. And the Brier Patch. I know that at this Brier Patch, you do have some great bands. You got the Punters. You got Mick Davis and the Novaks are going to be playing. Billy and the Bruisers, Shanniganuk.
Yeah. Okay. So you're fine. You can stay here.
That would be a great time anywhere. Yeah.
It's going to be great. So it's in a new convention center. But the Brier Patch, every Brier has a Brier Patch, and it's usually somewhere that's connected or close by. Some of the Brier Patches I know in Saskatoon were indoor places where they house farming equipment that housed up to 6,000-7,000 people. So there's a lot of people that come to the Brier that hardly even go into the arena to watch the games. They go right to the Brier Patch and watch it on the big screen. So it's going to be amazing. You do have to have a game day ticket to get in. So unfortunately, just because of the sheer demand and size, if you've got 5,500 people leaving the arena, they want to go to the Patch. There's unfortunately not room for just the general public unless you have a game day ticket. But for people that do, they're in for a great time.
All right, Jamie, speaking of in for a great time, you have been to many a Brier, both as a fan and as a player. Why don't you just show me some of the things that you brought home from your Brier experience as souvenirs?
So this is something that most non-curlers would know, but this is the Purple Heart. This is one from 2004. So this is what every male curler, wants to win. And it started, I think, 40 so years ago. And this is what everyone gets. There was 3 curlers in particular I know that are going to their first Brier here in St. John's. They didn't tweet a picture of their medal. They didn't tweet a picture of anything else. Their social media was a picture finally getting the first Purple Heart. So that's a big thing. And Kendra, my helper here, this isn't from the Brier, but that is the Olympic medal. She's going to help me showcase it here. So that's the medal from, it's not the Brier, but you can hold it up there, Darren. So, but it's, the Brier is pretty special for curlers. Every curler, when you start off curling, when I started off, it wasn't the Olympics because the curling wasn't the Olympics until 1998. So when I started curling in 92, it was all about the Brier and going to the Brier.
Jill Bennett on Facebook says, "I cannot wait!" Exclamation, 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 exclamation. So are you hearing that from people in and around St. John's, that people are already excited and really excited in many cases?
Yeah, I mean, most people know me from curling. Some know me from real estate as well now, but everywhere I go, I've been helping with the Brier Fridays, going around promoting it every Friday to companies with the Brier Friday Rocks. Everywhere I go, usually someone's stopping me and, asking me either my involvement or they can't wait. And the city's abuzz, it really is, and rightfully so. It's been 45 years since we had a Brier, which was at the old Memorial Stadium, and it's going to be something else. There's going to be thousands of people coming in from across Canada because the Brier does have a really big, I can almost call it a cult following. Curlers go and fans go every year, no matter where it is. And it's their vacation, but they get a chance to meet up with family and friends, and everyone always wants an excuse to come here to Newfoundland and Labrador. So this is going to be their time to come to St. John's, and it's going to be quite the showcase.
All right, we talked about the fun. Let's talk about the curling for a moment. Here's the question that everybody wants to know: what are Team Goose's chances of bringing this thing home in front of the hometown crowd? I mean, for those of you who don't follow professional curling, follow the results on the tour all season, the Goose rink is having a hell of a year.
The last 2 years, in my opinion, the guys have been number one in the world. There's been times, obviously, where Nicholas Adine or another team that's got a little hot, but in the last 2 years, for sure, the guys have been the number one team. So, with that said, I mean, you've got Glenn Howard back now. He's got a bit of a different team and don't curl as much as he has in the last few years. Brad Jacobs, reigning Olympic gold medalist. They've won the Brier before. John Morris out of BC are going to be good. Kevin Cooey's Team Canada, they won last year. But Brad and them for sure are going to be one of the favorites. That extra push being home with the hometown crowd very well could put them over the top. But they've lost the final last year. We lost the final in 2007. The hometown, I think, will actually play into his advantage because a lot of people have asked me, do they think the playing in front of the hometown crowd is going to be a bit of a hindrance or add some extra pressure? When in actual fact, the last time we played at Mile 1 in a final, we lost the final. So there was no pressure there in terms of the play. So,
Jamie, how this is, asking you to sort of psychoanalyze people that I know you're still close friends with, but how much do you think it eats at Brad in particular that, after all of these years and a few chances that the Brier, as you say, I mean, the prize that for people our age, if you grew up watching curling, the Brier's the big one, right? How much do you think it eats at him that this one has slipped away from him, so many times before?
Yeah, like I said, when we started off curling, me and Brad started the same year. I might have been a year earlier than him. It was winning the Brier. That was the big carry. Nowadays, most curling teams are put together. They're based around going to the Olympics. But definitely it's one reason I kind of still want to curl, just due to my knee. And as you've seen, the family here, the little one, and real estate, I don't have time to devote to it. But that's one thing that I always wish, when people say, oh, you accomplished everything, you won your gold medal. My response is usually, yeah, but, I didn't get that Brier win. So I'm sure it eats at him, it eats at Mark. But, if there's going to be a year for him, I think playing at home, being around their family, friends, everyone else, I think this could very well be the year. I'm hoping it's the year.
Certainly are. Just let me ask you one last thing. Again, you've been to so many of these as a player, as a fan. Do you have any advice for people here in the St. John's on how to get the best Brier experience, where the curling stars might go to hang out for their post-game beer, where you could get your autographs and a few celebrity selfies? Got any inside tips from a Brier veteran for all the Brier rookies out there?
The patch is where a lot of curlers do hang out. A lot of the top teams, they take this pretty seriously. They're not necessarily professional curlers, but this is the one thing they really, really want to win. So how much they'll be at the patch and whatnot, I don't know. It's tough. One thing I can say is when the Grand Slam was here in Paradise last September, about 14 months ago, a lot of curlers did hang out at Greensleeves. So if there's any inside information, if that has any indication, Greensleeves, the loose tie, could be a place where the curlers hang out.
I got a comment from Jill Bennett who says, really enjoyed watching you curl with Brad. Jamie, got lots of love, I'm sure, is always coming your way. And who doesn't remember where they were in 2006 when you were in Torino winning an Olympic gold medal? I just the other day came across a stash of photographs I had from that period, and I was working at the time with Radio Noon, as it was then called. We were at the St. John's Curling Club doing a big provincial broadcast. Then Premier Danny Williams had given everybody the day off, so the place was packed, and it was one of the most exciting sports moments of my life. That's for sure.
It was pretty interesting for us as well. Not I know where I was when we won the medal. I can vaguely remember it, but this is really before social media. So, Facebook was invented, but was only in the colleges in 2006. So there was no Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, et cetera, et cetera. So we were getting everything by email. So we started getting emails coming in saying, they gave the schools the day off and the afternoon off. And it kind of, I get goosebumps when I think about some of these things. But it was really neat to be, I guess, to be part of that. And still to this day, when I meet people, for the first time we talk about the Olympics, they say where they were. And if someone doesn't remember where they were, usually they're not from here or they're 10 years old.
Well, listen, speaking of 10 years old, I appreciate you keeping your little one up past her bedtime to be on with us. Thank you also to her for making a cameo on tonight's debut episode of The Call Out. And Jamie, we'll be looking for you down at Mile 1 at the Convention Center in just 10 short days.
Thank you. And like I said, I'll be doing the morning announcing. I'd be remiss if I didn't. I am wearing my pink shirt today for the anti-bullying, or the color I like to call it, angry salmon. Nonetheless, I've been sporting this all day. So can you say bye, Kendra? Oh, and my daughter wanted to say she's wearing one too. Can you wave bye? All right.
Bye. Bye, Kendra. Bye to you also, Jamie. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Take care.